sunny today, feeling nice this afternoon, but there is more rain in the forecast. I'll let you know when we can see showers for the weekend.
Graduation security. NC State's commencement will prioritize safety after a man is accused of threatening the speaker. The precautions the university is taking to ensure a safe ceremony. Canvas cut. Wake County Schools suspends access to the learning system after a global data breach. What teachers are doing to continue to teach students without the online platform.
We're following those stories and more, plus a major backup on I-87 in Knightdale. WRAL News at 8 and starts in about 30 seconds.
At Leith Honda in Raleigh and Auto Park Honda in Cary, we make your buying process easy. And with every new car purchase, you'll enjoy complimentary oil changes and exceptional service. It's no wonder we've earned so many 5-star reviews. You'll also get peace of mind pricing with every used vehicle, and if it's not the perfect fit, no problem. Bring it back within 3 days for an easy exchange. Visit our showroom at Auto Park Honda in Cary or Leith Honda in Raleigh. It's easier here.
Your number one source for local news. This is WRAL, coverage you can count on.
The time is 8 a.m. here on your Friday. We have made it to the weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Laura Levine.
And I'm Ken Smith. We've got lots of breaking news to share with you right now. Let's start with meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, tracking a rather comfortable morning.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. A little bit on the cool side with some 40s and low 50s. This is a live look from the WRAL department over toward downtown Raleigh, where our temperature is 50 degrees and our winds are light. But we will have a northwest wind today that helps to cool things down. You can see the cooler temperatures in Roxborough and South Hill. That's where the wind is coming from, and it will be drier today too. Temperatures in the low 50s from the Triangle area south and east. We climb into the low 70s for this afternoon with lots and lots of sunshine, but we do have some more unsettled weather for the weekend. We'll see rain for just a small portion of Saturday and Sunday. I'll walk you through the timeline coming up. Ken?
Elizabeth, happening now, boy, I-87 in Knightdale remains a troubled spot this morning as a result of this crash. As we look live at I-87 and Smithfield Road, you can see first responders still on the scene working this crash. At least one lane and the median currently closed as a result of that crash. That delay stretching all the way back to Wendell Falls Parkway at this hour. You can see from our live traffic map this morning, you're looking at a 39-minute delay between Wendell Falls Parkway and the Beltline. So you in a rush this morning, you might want to take Business 64 and Knightdale Boulevard as an alternate route to avoid I-87 right now. We're also monitoring a serious crash on Skycrest and Brentwood, not far from Capitol Boulevard. We're seeing some delays right now on Brentwood Road and in that Skycrest area. We're trying to get eyes on that, and if we do, we'll let you know what's going on and keep you updated here in the WRAL Traffic Center. Boy, no delays on that southern loop of the Beltline whatsoever. Just a 1-minute delay, and if you're coming in from the Garner-Johnson County area on I-40 westbound, no delays whatsoever. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Raleigh police are investigating after a person was hit by a train this morning. It happened at Oakdale Drive near Hillsborough Street just before 2:30. The WRAL breaking news tracker saw several officers at the scene. Police say the details surrounding what happened remains unclear. Wade Avenue in Raleigh is back open after work to repair a utility pole after a driver hit it. The crash happened just before 1 this morning near Dixie Trail. Duke Energy crews finished their work to repair the pole just before 7. It's not clear if the driver who crashed will face any charges. We're working to learn whether anyone was hurt when a car crashed into a home in Durham. Police say the crash happened just before 10 last night on University Drive near Summit Street. It's unclear right now what led up to the crash or whether anyone was in the home at the time.
Today, Wake County teachers will have to adjust how they teach. This comes after the school system cut access to the learning system called Canvas yesterday because of a global data breach. Some students we spoke with reported using the platform without issues yesterday earlier in the day. Others say they got a pop-up demanding ransom to access that site. Will Burgess is the teacher. He says while the disruption is frustrating, he's more worried about critical information being compromised.
I'm concerned more about, my personal information if it's been accessed.
It says teachers will adapt the best way they can know how until the system is restored. In a statement, Wake County Public Schools said teachers will continue delivering exceptional instruction.
Graduation weekend is full of excitement for families, and NC State is one of the local schools that will soon have a new class of alumni. But security is top of mind for the university after an arrest last month. 24-year-old Luke Hoover was charged with communicating a threat of violence on educational property after he allegedly threatened to shoot the Duke Energy CEO during a commencement speech that will happen on Saturday. In response to this, NC State put out a statement saying the safety of graduates, guests, and the entire campus community is the highest priority, adding that the university has a robust security plan in place. Hoover has no connection with NC State. As a condition of his bond, he cannot go on any NC State property.
North Carolina U.S. Senator Tom Tillis will be in Raleigh today to speak at Campbell University's School of Law graduation ceremony. Tillis says the opportunity is, quote, a true honor, and that he is looking forward to meeting the next generation of North Carolina attorneys. Also, the law school is celebrating 50 years. Today's celebration will be at the Martin Marietta Center for the Performing Arts in downtown Raleigh. The ceremony begins at 10 o'clock this morning.
You can catch live commencement coverage at Duke, UNC, and NC State all weekend on WRAL.com. You can find the times on your screen. At Duke, Microsoft Executive VP Amy Hood will deliver the keynote address, and country star Eric Church will speak at UNC. Just head to WRAL.com and download the WRAL News app. You can also check out our Triangle Graduation Guide. It has the info you may need for the day, including travel tips and important venue details.
Of course, it's a big weekend for graduation as well as mothers, and the price you'll pay to celebrate will likely be higher this year. Let's get to WRAL's Kirsten Clark. She's live inside Fallon's Flowers in Raleigh. And Kirsten, inflation soared last month largely because of the energy costs rising linked to the war in Iran.
Yes, Ken. Fallon's Flowers is busy this time of year, and you can see why, right? They've got chocolates, candles, a variety of flower arrangements, really anything anyone could need. But you add on dinner plans and a trip to the grocery store to all of this, and you could find yourself shelling out a lot of money to make this weekend special. Based on the Consumer Price Index, treating the family out to a meal is expected to cost nearly 4% more this year compared to last. Purchases at a grocery store are close to 2% higher this year compared to last. If you're flying out of town, the U.S. Travel Association notes an almost 15% increase in airline fares this year. These increases come as we continue to see gas prices rise. The national average for a regular gallon climbed 31 cents in the past week, according to AAA. Frank Campisi, the GM of Fallon's Flowers, says he understands why customers might be weary of higher prices.
Well, I think customers are a little skeptical. They're unsure of the economy. So, they have a tendency to be a little bit more conservative and hold back where they can, and I understand that. That's why we try to accommodate them with better pricing.
Yeah, so the National Retail Federation says Mother's Day spending alone is expected to reach a record high of $38 billion this year. You can buy these flowers and gifts early to avoid those extra fees to save yourself some money. Live in Raleigh, Kirsten Clark, WRAL News.
A North Carolina man at the center of a murder case that sparked national outrage cannot stand trial. Federal court records revealed that examiners at the Department of Justice deemed DeCarlos Brown Jr. mentally incompetent. Brown is accused of killing Ukrainian refugee Irina Zarutska on the Charlotte Light Rail last year. The case exposed flaws in the state's criminal justice system, leading to changes in state law. Brown will remain at a treatment facility until he's deemed fit for his case to proceed. He was also found to be incompetent to stand trial on state charges as well.
A Fayetteville mother accused of starving two of her adopted children to death may face the death penalty. In a court hearing yesterday, a judge ruled the prosecution can pursue the death penalty against Avante Devon. Police say Devon starved, neglected, and abused her adopted children, Blake and London. They were missing for years before their disappearance was reported.
The Carolina Hurricanes are now just one win away from Eastern Conference Finals in the Stanley Cup playoffs after beating the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 3 of their series last night. Captain Jordan Stahl scored his first to give the Canes the lead, but the Flyers answered with a goal of their own in the second period to tie the game. After that, it was all Canes. They scored 3 unanswered goals to come away with a 4-1 win. They now lead the series 3-0 and have won all 7 games they played so far in the playoffs. They'll look to end the series tomorrow night in Game 4 in Philadelphia. Time now 8:09. Supporting mental health. A new bill aims to provide coaches with more training to help their student athletes. The tools it would give them to help spot warning signs.
Also celebrating moms. Mothers are being honored all across our area this weekend. We'll show you where and tell you all about other fun events happening this weekend in our Out and About segment.
Last night's rain is gone and the sunshine is here. That's going to kick off our weekend on a nice note. However, over the weekend, we do have some chances for rain. I'll help you plan around them coming up. (8:13). What a pretty start to the day. Nothing but blue sky here over downtown Raleigh as we look past the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. After yesterday's front, it's a little on the cool side this morning. 46 in Roanoke Rapids, 50 in Raleigh, 53 in Wilson, and 52 in Goldsboro. Lunchtime looks great. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s, so it's a little cool for your lunch outside. But, with long sleeves, it should feel great. Walking the dog this afternoon, we do climb into the low 70s, and after work, it'll be in the upper 60s. No rain today, but we do have a couple of chances over the weekend. We'll walk through those coming up. Ken?
Right, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're telling you about that crash at Skycrest and Brentwood, not far from Capitol Boulevard. Monica Casey just arrived there on the scene. Monica, what have you learned so far?
Yeah, Ken, we're still working to gather information on exactly what happened here and what any injuries might be to people here at the scene. If you take a look behind me, you can see this is Raleigh Boulevard running down this way. There is a tow truck here and the right lane is blocked going in that direction. There is a car up on the curb on the sidewalk here that has some pretty extensive damage. You can see airbags have deployed. There is a Raleigh fire truck here as well. And then another car that has a lot of damage to the front end. Airbags deployed in that vehicle as well. They are putting some people in an ambulance right now. Lights are going, but no sirens. This area, this is Raleigh Boulevard and Brentwood Road. Brentwood Road is closed if you're trying to make a right onto Raleigh Boulevard. That's what's going to be a problem for you in this area right now. Ken, I'll send it back to you.
All right, we appreciate that. Of course, there's some other local routes around Brentwood Road, so you don't have to be in that particular mess. But
Thank you.
We'll keep you updated right now. The crash that I've been telling you about in I-87 completely cleared. All lanes of I-87 open right now, but we're still seeing some lingering delays. I'll have another update in about 10 minutes.
Former Cary Town Manager Sean Stiegel has not been paid his $194,000 severance. Public records show that he's required to meet certain conditions before being paid. He resigned last December while the town was investigating how he handled their money. The SBI and Wake County DA's office are investigating him for possible fraud. North Carolina pushing major credit card companies to crack down on online vape sales to children. State Attorney General Jeff Jackson joined a group of attorneys general urging companies like Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal to block payments tied to illegal vaping products. Jackson says too many children can still buy vapes online without strong age verification safeguards in place.
A new bill from state lawmakers looking at ways to better support athletes' mental health. High school coaches will be trained to spot warning signs in players before it's too late. Mental health advocates believe coaches are in the unique position to spot changes in athletes that others might miss. Lawmakers are proposing a bill that would require training to help school athletic coaches spot signs of depression, anxiety, emotional distress, and substance abuse. For April Simpkins, the fight is personal. Her daughter, former Miss USA Chesley Christ, died by suicide in 2022.
You can't dismiss mental health challenges that athlete might be dealing with.
It is about making sure that they're not left guessing when a student needs help. It's about building a culture where asking for help is seen as a sign of strength.
Now, details of the program are still being finalized. Supporters estimate training could cost about $30 per coach. The bill is still in its early stages.
State Highway Patrol is warning drivers about a new text message scam. Troopers say scammers are texting drivers about fake traffic violations, then demanding payment through suspicious links. The Highway Patrol wants to remind people that the agency will never ask for money by text.
The Carolina Panthers are investing in the future of women's flag football. This comes after the North Carolina High School Athletic Association sanctioned girls flag football as a varsity sport this week, which means North Carolina high schools will begin playing girls flag football next school year. Panthers owners David and Nicole Tepper are donating $1 million to help schools begin their flag football programs. College conferences are also planning to have women's flag football very soon. Lots of family-friendly activities all across the area this weekend.
That's right. It's time to take a look at WRAL's Out and About.
Hey, let's start in downtown Cary. That's where you'll find Alive this weekend for the annual Ritmo Latino Music Festival. The FEE event is happening from 11 in the morning until 6 in the evening tomorrow on Academy Street. The festival is a celebration of Latino and Hispanic cultures. It will include live music, dance, exciting activities for kids, and authentic cuisine.
In Durham now, the third annual Mother's Day Market is tomorrow morning. You can celebrate your mom at this free family-friendly event. There will be food trucks, local vendors where you can buy unique handmade gifts for moms in your life. The fun gets started at 10 a.m. And the Bazaar in Carborough will be hosting a Mother's Day Bazaar this Sunday. This will be open from noon to 5 p.m. You can shop with mom, enjoy some local eats, and browse goods from local markets. It's free to get in and open to the entire family. Well, we had some beneficial rain over the past couple of days. Meteorologist Grant Skinner joins us here in the WRAL Severe Weather Center now. And Grant, some spots received over 2 inches of rain yesterday, but a lot more is needed to help us really get out of those drought conditions.
Yeah, I want to start with what we saw the past couple of days first. We're going to look at kind of the entire area. Some spots like this area in pinkish purple saw 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain, while Southern Pines about 1.5 inches of rain. Raleigh about 3/4 of an inch, Roxborough close to the same, and about 1/4 of an inch up towards South Hill. Now, when we zoom in on the triangle, you can see some spots, isolated spots, had some higher amounts. Look at Fuquay Varina, just over 2 inches there, while RDU only 1/2 inch of rain. This is why we talk about some of those isolated downpours bringing some higher totals for a few spots across the region. Now, the benefit of this rain was that the burn ban was lifted now for the entire state of North Carolina. So good for folks that are going to be getting those permits and need to do some controlled burning to help out their land to be prepared for growing season. But of course, we still have concerns with the drought across our area. We need a lot more rain to help those drought conditions. Overall, we still need about 10 to 15 inches of rain, only expecting about 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain over the next week, and long term trending drier, Elizabeth. So yeah, we're hoping, we get some beneficial rain soon, because by the summertime, when that Bermuda high really starts to build back to our east, it's going to be harder to get those big rain chances.
Yeah, that's a little bit concerning. Thanks, Grant. I know people are asking, hey, we saw all that rain. Are we out of the drought yet? But I'm not sure that everybody realizes just how far behind we are. It all started last September. In Chapel Hill, it's absolutely beautiful. We're going to enjoy a nice dry day today. 50 degrees is our temperature in the triangle. Our wind is coming out of the northwest. It's bringing some drier air into our region for today. But we'll see a front to the south start to lift northward and push a little bit more moisture in for us on Saturday. We'll have a weak wave that comes through starting right around lunchtime or so, and that could last into the afternoon. You can see just a few isolated showers there right around early part of the afternoon till around maybe 3 o'clock or so. Not a whole lot. I wouldn't change your plans around that. It just looks like what we end up seeing should be fairly light. For tomorrow, if you're headed off to a graduation at 9 a.m., it'll be 62 degrees, so it's going to be a cool start. Lunchtime, 74, and then we'll see a high of 80 during the afternoon. Definitely looking like some cloud cover on and off for us on Saturday, but our chance of rain is pretty minimal. This is a look at our next weather maker after that. This one here will drop in on us on Sunday. So Sunday will start here at 5 a.m., and you can see some cloud cover. Notice the rain starts to lift northward here Sunday, just briefly in the morning. And then, boy, this is a new run of the computer model, and it's a little wetter for us on Sunday a little bit earlier. So we do have the potential for some rain for Mother's Day. For most of the week, it's looked like it would be pretty late in the day, though, mainly late afternoon. So for the next 7 days total, we could end up seeing maybe around another inch of rain, which would be great to see. It should be a decent day for Mother's Day. We'll be variably cloudy with mid-80s, and right now it looks like a few showers later in the afternoon. A better chance for rain on Monday and again Wednesday and Thursday, so it's good that we continue to have some of these chances continuing. Ken?
Excellent, Elizabeth. We're following a couple of breaking news right now. We Just showed you that scene on Skycrest and Brentwood, not far from Raleigh Boulevard. Right now, it's in the clearing phase, but you can see what we're talking about. It's still a real troubled spot in that particular area, so you might want to avoid that area altogether. To the east of Raleigh, on I-87, Highway 64 eastbound, we're seeing a huge delays because of this crash right here. Right now, you have an opportunity to use maybe Riley Hill Road as an alternate route, or even Highway 97 as alternate routes to avoid what's happening on Highway 64, I-87 eastbound right now. Boy, this is something that we don't see very often. Clear sailing this time of the morning on that southern loop of the Beltline, I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. You can see traffic flowing at a nice steady clip. Right now, we're not seeing any delays on that southern loop of the Beltline, or if you're coming in from the Gardner-Johnson County area, no delays whatsoever to report. So as we widen out the view, give you a look at some other routes heading into the Raleigh County area. We're picking up some delays on US 1 coming in from Apex. You're looking at a 9-minute delay. There's that 10-minute delay coming in on I-87. And right now, if you're coming in from Wake Forest, you're just looking at a 3-minute delay at this hour.
Igniting a new passion coming up, how some of our largest towns are inspiring the next generation of female firefighters. And if you see breaking news, have a story tip, or take video or pictures of the weather, please report it to us. You can go to WRAL.com/report it to send your video, pictures, or tips to our news team.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM, in Durham 96.5 FM, and everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning. The time now is 8:26. I'm Laura Levine. Let's get right over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. Elizabeth, a lot of sunshine after a rainy day.
Oh, what a difference a day makes. That cold front moved right on out, sunshine filtering in. Also a northwesterly wind, keeping our temperatures a little cool today, but just pretty out there right now. Lots of sunshine, 54 in Fayetteville, 48 in Roanoke Rapids, 50 in Durham, 53 in Rocky Mount. Our hour-by-hour forecast brings us to mid-60s at lunchtime. We'll see a high in the low 70s this afternoon, feeling great. It is warmer for the weekend, but we also have at least some small chances for rain. We'll go over that coming up on Fox 50. Ken?
Elizabeth, just a few minutes ago, I mentioned this crash on I-87 Highway 64 eastbound around Arundel Avenue. You can see it's off to the shoulder of the road and into the grassy area, but still causing some huge delays in those eastbound lanes heading toward Zebulon and away from Raleigh this morning. You can see the huge delays it's causing. You do have a couple of options. Riley Road is one option. Highway 97 is another option to avoid Highway 64 I-87 east at this hour.
Wade Avenue in Raleigh is back open after work to repair a utility pole because a driver hit it. The crash happened just before 1 this morning near Dixie Trail. Duke Energy crews finished their work to repair that pole just before 7 a.m. Well, security is tight ahead of NC State's graduation this weekend. This is coming after a 24-year-old man was arrested last month after police say he threatened to shoot the commencement speaker. In response, NC State says it has a robust security plan in place for the big day. Next on Fox 50 now, how families moving to private schools is costing the state hundreds of millions of dollars.
Skies clearing today, feeling nice this afternoon, but there is more rain in the forecast. I'll let you know when we can see showers for the weekend.
Graduation security. NC State's commencement will prioritize safety after a man is accused of threatening the speaker. The precautions the university is taking to ensure a safe ceremony. Canvas cut. Wake County Schools suspends access to the learning system after a global data breach. What teachers are doing to continue to teach students without the online platform.
Lots to get to this half hour, and we always appreciate your time. I'm Ken Smith.
And I'm Laura Levine. Yes, we have everything you need to know regarding the roads and the forecast. Let's get right over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner tracking the sunny skies right now. Elizabeth.
All of yesterday's rain moved right on out of here. Our skies cleared just a couple of hours ago. It's beautiful here as we take a look down toward the Capitol building. You can see the wind blowing just a little bit, blowing the flag around. Our wind is out of the northwest today, just 5 to 10 miles per hour, but that northwesterly wind will be both cooler and dry. drier. So we're starting at 50 degrees. Right now, the wind is fairly light officially at the airport, but we're seeing it moving around in some other spots. 54 in Fayetteville, 50 in Durham, and 51 in South Hill. So it's cool right now, but we'll climb into the low 70s this afternoon, and we'll see plenty of sunshine all day long. A couple of rain chances, nothing that's really going to have a huge effect on your plans. We'll talk about when we could see a few showers on Saturday and Sunday coming up. Ken?
Elizabeth, we want to get to that breaking news we've been following, that crash in the Brentwood Skycrest area not far from Raleigh Boulevard. Let's get to Monica Casey. She's been on the scene now for a little more than an hour. So, Monica, what do we know so far?
Yeah, Ken, this is evolving quickly. If you take a look behind me here, this is North Raleigh Boulevard, and the right lane here was closed for people traveling westbound. That has now reopened. The car that was involved in this crash was up here on the curb. You can still see some of the backpacks that they pulled out of that car left there on the sidewalk. If you come a little further, there is still a Raleigh fire truck on scene, and over this way, there are a couple ambulances and Raleigh police cars. This street, Brentwood Road, this is the street that you are going to need to go around if you are trying to make a right onto North Raleigh Boulevard. You can't do that from Brentwood Road right now, but Raleigh Boulevard is back fully reopened. We're still working to learn exactly what happened here and what any injuries were with the people. We saw 2 cars towed away. Live in Raleigh, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
Monica, we appreciate that. The other trouble spot is to the east of Raleigh right now. I told you about this crash just a few minutes ago on I-87 Highway 64 lanes eastbound, heading away from Raleigh. Right now, you can see the crash off to the shoulder of the road, at least one lane being delayed. It's causing some huge congestion on those eastbound lanes of I-87 Highway 64. You can see it on a live traffic map this morning. So you have a couple of options. Riley Hill Road might be an option. Highway 97 as well might be options in terms of avoiding what's happening on I-87 Highway 64 on those eastbound lanes. But look at this, southern loop of the Beltline, I-40 Lake Beetle Road, those westbound lanes coming toward us, flowing at a nice steady clip. We're seeing just a 1 minute delay on that southern loop of the Beltline. We're picking up a little bit of a slowdown on Wade Avenue heading into I-40, but just a 4 minute delay, nothing that's going to make you late. And of course, if you're coming in from the Garner-Johnston County area between Highway 36 and the Beltline, no delays whatsoever. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Wade Avenue in Raleigh is back open after work to repair a utility pole after a driver hit it. The crash happened just before 1 this morning near Dixie Trail. Duke Energy crews finished their work to repair that pole just before 7 a.m. It's not clear if the driver who crashed will face any charges. Well, Raleigh police are now investigating after a person was hit by a train this morning. This happened at Oakdale Drive near Hillsborough Street just before 2:30. The WRAL breaking news tracker was here at this scene, and it saw several officers there. Police say the details surrounding what happened remains unclear.
We're working to learn whether anyone, Laura, was hurt in this crash that happened in Durham when a car slammed into a home. Police say the crash happened around 10 o'clock last night on University Drive near Summit Street. It's unclear what led up to the crash and whether anyone was home at the time. Well, today, teachers in Wake County are having to make adjustments to the way they teach. The school system cut access to the learning system Canvas yesterday after global data breach. Some students we spoke with indicated that they were using the platform fine earlier in the day. Others say they got a pop-up demanding ransom to access the site later on. We spoke with the teacher, Will Burgess. He says while the disruption is frustrating, teachers will adapt the best way they can until the system is restored.
It's nothing that Wake County could have done, or the school, or as a teacher, we could not have planned for this. So we'll just roll with it, and hopefully everything comes back to normal.
Burgess says he's more worried about the personal information like names, email addresses, student ID numbers that hackers may have gotten access to. School district leaders told parents and staff they do not believe birth certificates or birth dates, passwords, or financial information were compromised. Of course, we have extensive coverage of this story and the widespread effect right now on WRAL.com. Look on our homepage for this story. You'll find a list of all the schools known to be impacted, including colleges, as well as the details of the ransom demand. Of course, be sure to tune in to WRAL throughout the day and into the evening as this situation develops. Check out our evening newscasts beginning at 4 this afternoon.
Well, it's graduation weekend for colleges and universities across the Triangle. And with so many people coming to these events, security is important. That's especially true at NC State after a man was arrested last month for allegedly threatening to shoot Duke Energy's CEO during a commencement speech. That speech is happening this Saturday. 24-year-old Luke Hoover has no connection with the university. As a condition of his bond, he cannot go on any NC State property. In response to this, NC State shared a statement saying the safety of graduates, guests, and the entire campus community is the highest priority, adding that the university has a robust security plan in place. Well, country singer Eric Church will give the commencement address at UNC's graduation tomorrow at Kenan Stadium. Church was born in Granite Falls, North Carolina, and grew up a fan of Tar Heel athletics. UNC Chancellor Lee Roberts called Church a devoted Tar Heel fan and a supporter of the university. An NFL Hall of Famer, Ray Lewis, will give a commencement address tomorrow at NC Central. He'll speak at the ceremony for the College of Health and Sciences, the School of Business, and the School of Education. All weekend long, you'll be able to watch live commencement coverage at Duke, UNC, and NC State. Just head to WRAL.com and download the WRAL News app. Also, check out our Triangle Graduation Guide. It has a lot of handy information to help you keep track of the big day at all local universities, including travel tips and important venue details.
Attacks exchanged between the U.S. and Iran near the Strait of Hormuz are adding new strain to the temporary ceasefire. This is also raising questions about negotiations to end the war permanently. The U.S. military says it intercepted Iranian missiles, drones, and small boats targeting 3 Navy-guided missile destroyers. Officials say no U.S. ships were hit. Now, in response, the U.S. launched strikes on Iranian military facilities tied to the attacks. On Truth Social, President Trump warned Iran of stronger military action if tensions continue to escalate. The U.S. is also pushing for the UN Security Council to pass a resolution condemning Iran's actions controlling the strait. The U.S. is still waiting to hear back from Tehran on the latest peace proposal.
A big weekend ahead with Mother's Day and graduations, and the price that you'll pay to celebrate will likely be higher this year. WRAL's Kirsten Clark explains inflation soared last month largely because of rising energy costs because of the war in Iran.
Florists like Fallon's Flowers are busy this time of year, and you can see why. They've got candles, chocolates, and a variety of flower arrangements. Add on dinner plans and a trip to the grocery store, and you could find yourself shelling out a lot of money to make this weekend special. Based on the Consumer Price Index, treating the family out to a meal is expected to cost nearly 4% more this year compared to last. Purchases at a grocery store are close to 2% higher this year compared to last. If you're flying out of town, the U.S. Travel Association notes an almost 15% increase in airline fares this year. These increases come as we continue to see gas prices rise. The national average for a regular gallon climbed 31 cents in the past week, according to AAA. Frank Campisi, the GM of Fallon's Flowers, says he has seen a slight impact on costs, but has not had to pass it on to customers.
Because of our size and volume, we're able to still maintain, good pricing. And we have specials, for Mother's Day, all different price points to help accommodate any customer's budget.
The National Retail Federation says Mother's Day spending alone could reach a record high of $38 billion this year. Buying those flowers and gifts early to avoid extra fees could help you save some money. In Raleigh, Kirsten Clark, WRAL News.
The Carolina Hurricanes are just one win away from the Eastern Conference Finals in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Canes were in Philadelphia last night for Game 3 of their series against the Flyers. Now, Carolina struck first with a power play goal in the first period from captain Jordan Staal. But the Flyers answered with their own goal in the second period to tie that game. The Canes turned on the Jets and scored 3 unanswered goals, giving them a 4-1 win. Now lead the series 3-0. They also tied the franchise record set back in 2006. The Canes will look to end that series in Game 4 tomorrow night in Philadelphia. The puck drops at 6.
Your time now, 8:40. Public schools exodus. Thousands of families moving from public to private schools. How it's costing the state hundreds of millions of dollars and what state lawmakers are saying.
Also, ABC reforms, the potential group pushing to modernize the ABC system. More on the new statewide campaign and the change they want to see happen.
Yesterday's rain out of here, and what is next? Beautiful sunny skies. Now, over the weekend, we'll have a couple of disturbances roll through. I'll let you know when you can see just a few scattered showers. 8:44, it's beautiful. Heading out the door right now, we take a live look at Rocky Mount Mills. Nothing but sunshine. All of yesterday's rain is gone. So we're going to have a nice day. Temperatures will be pleasantly cool with lots of sunshine. It's 50 in Raleigh and in Roanoke Rapids, 55 in Goldsboro, 53 in Rocky Mount. If you're headed out to walk the dog right now, you might be happy just in a long sleeve shirt. You probably don't need a big jacket. Lunchtime temperatures climb to upper 60s, and we'll see highs in the low 70s for this afternoon. Now, over the weekend, it gets a little bit more unsettled. We'll have a small chance for rain Saturday and Sunday. I'll show you when so you can plan around it coming up. Ken?
Happening now, Elizabeth, that crash I've been following on I-87 Highway 64 eastbound right there to Rendell Avenue, really and off to the shoulder of the road right now. You can see traffic is still beginning to flow rather nicely, but we're still seeing some lingering delays on those eastbound lanes of I-87 Highway 64. You can see what we're talking about right now. You still have a couple of options in terms of avoiding it, Riley Hill Road or Highway 97 as alternate routes.
Breaking news here in the WRAL Live Center. We've just learned that Carver Elementary School in Pine Tops is under a lockdown. This is according to the Edgecombe County Sheriff's Office. They posted this within the last 30 minutes saying they have deputies there on scene, and it's because of a threat of violence that was called into the school. They go on to say the threat is under investigation and they are working to increase security to ensure that children are safe. Parents, we know you have concerns. They are saying they are not letting anyone into the school right now, and they would like for parents and families to stay away from the school until you receive more messaging. Pine Tops Police also posted this, that again, Carver School is on lockdown due to an anonymous threat. They do say that all children and staff are safe and the school is secure. We've looked on the posts for Carver Elementary and on the school's website. So far, no messages there, but our team is working to find out more information on this. As soon as we get any more information about this threat, we will let you know.
Okay, Renee, thank you. Former FBI Director James Comey has formally waived his right to an initial appearance in North Carolina. This means the planned Monday hearing is canceled. Comey is accused of threatening President Trump by posting a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach on Instagram. He was scheduled to appear in federal court in Greenville Monday, but his lawyers asked for the appearance to be canceled. That's because he already surrendered last week and appeared before a judge in Virginia, where he lives.
A new group is pushing for free market reforms that could get rid of North Carolina's government-run ABC stores. There's been heavy resistance to change in the state legislature for decades under both Republican and Democratic control, largely due to religious reasons. But reformers say many of our liquor laws are now nearly 100 years old, and it's time to modernize the system. One of the world's leaders in AI is planning to expand in North Carolina. NVIDIA announced a partnership with It's Coming to build 3 new U.S. manufacturing plants in North Carolina and Texas. The collaboration will produce 3,000 high-paying jobs. We've asked NVIDIA where the new sites will go, but we haven't heard back yet. The company has an office in Durham.
Frontier Airlines is stepping up efforts to lure former Spirit customers after JetBlue and Southwest did the same. The airline is waiving the enrollment fee for its discount din temporarily and offering extra miles for certain summer flights. The carrier also says it has discounts aimed at helping Spirit customers maintain existing travel plans. Well, the growth of the Opportunity Scholarship Program has cost North Carolina public schools about $100 million in the past 2 years. 12,000 students moved from public to private school using the vouchers last year. The cost to state there now $97 million because funding formulas are largely based on enrollment. But WRAL education insider Emily Walkenhorst says there's a lot more money being spent on that program.
The state is spending $150 million more this year on the Opportunity Scholarship Program, and that's just because so many of these new recipients were never previously in public school.
State Democrats argue the growing number of vouchers takes funding away from public schools. Republicans say the program gives parents more options. State leaders plan to revisit this topic next month. We have a full breakdown of the research presented on WRAL.com.
We're getting a look at new renderings of the Raleigh Convention Center expansion project. The project drawings show a new ballroom, meeting hall, and shimmer walk. The walk will allow people to see the famous shimmer wall on the third floor for the first time. Construction of the new space starts at the end of this year and should be completed by 2029.
The director of The Summer I Turned Pretty is asking fans to stop coming to the set. The crew is currently filming on our coast in Wilmington. The Amazon Prime show's official Instagram account posted this note written in the sand saying, "Privacy, please." The director says fans have been coming to the set and disrupting their work. She says they often have to stop production to clear crowds from the shot. Okay, so thousands of photos from the Artemis II mission.
Yeah, incredible. And the final trailer for the new motion movie. Here's a look at what's trending. Let's start with Minions and Monsters. Our first look at that movie. The popular Yellow Rascals taking over Hollywood, then have to save the world from their own shenanigans.
Oh, so much fun. The animated adventure arrives in theaters on July 1st.
You gotta laugh.
Yeah, you do. Striking space photos now from the Artemis II mission have dropped this week. During their 10-day trip around the moon, the crew snapped images of the Earth, moon, and solar system. NASA posted more than 12,000 of the incredible snapshots online for everyone to enjoy. So the picture also includes Earth peeking out from over the top of the moon and the lunar surface in vivid detail. Just amazing images here.
Absolutely incredible. So I'm here in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. You love those pictures.
I do. They're amazing. Yeah, so cool. So NASA does such a great job of making everything they do accessible to everyone.
Love
so
that.
It's lovely to see. But speaking of accessible, get outside today. It is so beautiful. You know, we were all inside yesterday with all that rain, and you don't have to be today. It's a gorgeous view there in Franklinton right now. 50 degrees is our temperature around the triangle, so it's a little bit on the cool side, looking at 65 at lunchtime and 72 at around 3 o'clock. Our current temperatures are in the low to mid 50s, 54 in Fuquay Varina, 53 in Cary and in Knightdale. And we take a look at the rainfall from yesterday. We did get a good soaking at Warrenton, 2.5 inches. That was one of the highest totals that we saw. Fuquay Varina there in southern Wake County had 2 inches. Up in the northeast, Halifax, 1.8. And then, of course, in Wake County, Holly Springs at 1.8. Siler City at 3/4 of an inch. And this was interesting. We only saw 1/2 inch of rain officially at RDU, but most of Wake County saw anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to 2 inches. So most of us got a really nice soaking yesterday. Beautiful day today to spend some time outside. Highs will be in the low to mid 70s. Bulls game would be perfect. You want to spend as much time as you can outside, I'm sure, this weekend with the pretty weather. For this evening at 6 o'clock, 71, and then temperatures drop into the mid 60s at around 8 o'clock. Hour by hour rain chances this weekend. So we do have just a small chance for rain on Saturday. It's likely to be right around or just after lunchtime. The models have been kind of all over the place on how much rain we would see. Earlier in the week, it looked like it would be pretty minimal, and it really looks like that again today. Yesterday, it was a little bit higher, so just kind of keep checking in. Make sure you tune us in tomorrow morning. Chris Michaels will get you straight on when that rain may actually come. Also, on Sunday, we seem to be trending drier for the most part on Sunday. Graduation planner for tomorrow. Temperatures will be cool if you're headed out to a graduation in the morning at 9 o'clock. It'll be 62 degrees, but then nice and warm in the afternoon, right around 80. Mother's Day weekend, of course, chance for rain on Saturday, but it's a real small chance. And then on Sunday, looking at temperatures in the mid 80s. Again, if we see any rain, it's likely to be fairly late in the day. Up and down temperatures from 73 today to 84 on Sunday. We have a good chance for rain on Monday and again Wednesday and Thursday. All total for the week to come, we could end up easily seeing as much as an inch of rain.
Elizabeth, thank you. And before we go to break, here are the winning lottery numbers. We will have another check on weather and traffic next.